What's going on, YouTube? Heathen Ryan back with another video. Today we're going to be checking out a video from SunnyV2 about Bobbi Althoff's podcast, of which I have never heard of before up until a couple days ago when I saw something about it on Twitter. But from what I've heard about it, it doesn't sound like it was super interesting, and apparently it failed fairly quickly. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it.
Bobbi Althoff's really good podcast started extremely strong, gaining millions of views with unique celebrity interviews.
Is it really called, like I said, I've never seen this before. Is it really called The Really Good Podcast? In that case, I can already tell it was destined to fail if that's the case. Because that, you don't name it something The Really Good Anything if it's not really good. Like, no. If anything, that just makes me not want to fucking look at it at all.
Podcast started extremely strong, gaining
Bobbi versus Bob. Oh, okay. Alright, keep it. God, those are some gross ass feet. Tyga. Is Tyga still like a thing? Interesting. I don't know that.
However, in just a year and a half, her viewership has basically flatlined, with almost 300,000 people agreeing I've never seen an industry plant fall off harder than she did. Her career began on TikTok in 2021.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember
sarcastic content on the topic of being a mother. She'd make only 26 videos before beginning the
I vaguely remember fucking seeing her on I'm pretty sure it was that industry plant thing. I'm pretty sure I saw that tweet, and that's the only reason why I know who the fuck she is.
A really good podcast, to which she'd adapt her dry, sarcastic style.
I think we look alike. Kind of, but not really. A little. You're like me in a different font.
The snippet quickly racked up almost 10 million views. The style was an instant success. This entire interview is like the calmest argument in history, and I love it. The snippets from her next episode went equally viral.
Who the fuck is that?
The clips did really, really well on TikTok. So I was like, okay, I guess I like have something here.
But it was the episode with Funny Marco that completely changed everything. Because not only did the segments again pull crazy numbers, but the full episode gained over 5 million views without a single hate comment anywhere in sight. It's rare that two people I've never heard of make me laugh for an hour straight.
I don't know who this Marco dude is.
This is hilarious. Marco has found the white woman version of himself. This should be a permanent duo. This is just the most cross-cultural, funny, awkward humor. People loved the honest branding of new episode whenever I can get someone to agree to let me interview them, the next of which being a very important person.
My video with Marco went very viral, like very viral.
Then I don't know who that
Drake
is.
Liked one of the videos I had uploaded, and he followed me.
Bobbi therefore tried to get him on.
I'm gonna like shoot my shot to Drake, so I was like, when are you gonna come on my podcast?
And he just was
he said,
game right
yeah,
away.
he was ready to do it.
Landing Drake as her fourth ever podcast guest.
It was pretty
From an entertainment
decent
standpoint, the episode was basically perfect. Not only
my biggest issue with this, because I've seen the clips about this and all the rumors and shit around it, my biggest issue with this one is, why the fuck are they in a bed like this? Like, this is just super random, and like, I don't know. I don't enjoy it. It's super random because at this point she was married too. So this was just, compared to all the rest of her shit, like where they were doing other things, the whole bed thing is super awkward
Drake, who
and
never
weird.
Does podcasts, but she'd done so in a funny, intimate setting, whilst keeping it calm and relaxed, to the extent that people thought they were just old friends.
The fact that you were so calm next to Champagne Poppy, because if I was in a bed next to Drake, I would be freaking out.
It therefore gained 10 million views in only 2 weeks, and added 700,000 subscribers to Bobbi's total count. However,
that's
as summarized
nice
by a tweet reading, Drake giveth and Drake taketh away, Bobbi's interview with Drake began to ruin her reputation. During the podcast, Bobbi had asked,
am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
And when Drake said that Bobbi should get with his friend, she seemed kind of interested.
If I could hook you up with anyone, it would be my dog, Smigs.
Smigs?
Smigs.
Nah, bro, that's fucking weird. Wasn't she married at this time?
I
think she was married at this time.
Just a friend of yours?
The fun.
Nah, it's... I can't. I'm pretty sure she was married at the time. when she was saying this kind of shit.
The Marco interview had a similar interaction.
Are you hitting on me?
You're not my type.
What's your type?
With Bobbi stating she started the podcast for the following reason.
To have a way to meet people, and the podcast, I was like, I wish I could have.
Also, I'm not the biggest fan of like the whole super quiet talking. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, it grates on my ears. It's kind of like how I don't like ASMR. It does something in my head where it's like, no, don't. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. It doesn't scratch an itch in my head. It digs it like nails on a chalkboard to me. I don't like it.
Like collaborate with other people.
Meeting new people likely wasn't sinister, but
okay, Mark Cuban, Drake, the Marco guy. I don't know who this is. And I don't know who this is.
Flirting with famous musicians seemed to annoy her husband, who filed for divorce only 6 days after she recorded the podcast with Drake. To make matters worse, Bobbi also admitted,
I flew all the way here
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
No. So you're a real shitty fucking person. Your daughter's first birthday, you're flirting with musicians, and you flew here for this. Nah, fuck you. You're a hoe.
You missed your daughter's first birthday.
To be here.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
showing she was kind of ditching her family for social media fame.
Is it kind of strange to anyone else that this woman who is married with children is constantly asking during these interviews with these rappers if basically they would go out with her, if basically they would sleep with her, if they like her?
She'd confirmed the divorce in a TikTok post with comments stating celebrity status always ruins the best things in life. On Reddit, people stated, she got famous and he stayed the same. Few marriages survived that, whilst the rumors likely didn't help. Did Bobbi Althoff cheat with Drake quickly became a mainstream narrative. Suggesting a conspiracy was when Bobbi deleted the podcast, with Drake and Bobbi both unfollowing each other on Instagram.
It honestly wouldn't fucking surprise me if they did. With how the fact she flew out there like that, and with how Drake is, it wouldn't surprise me if she fucking slept with him. Or Drake's fucking friend or whatever. It wouldn't surprise me.
Barstool Sports therefore sent her a text. My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that is not true. Bobbi replied, I'm not commenting publicly but off the record. You're right, that is not true.
The fact that you're saying I'm not commenting publicly but off the record, that isn't true. And the fact that this also already got leaked just makes me think it's fucking true. The fact that you're refusing to talk about it publicly. Like, nah. That's hella weird.
She'd share the text to her story, adding, I did not want to do this podcast in the first place, and now so much negativity is coming from it. I'm going to leave it alone after this, but this is the uncensored DM between Dave and I, although despite denying the rumors, the narrative was set. Bobbi Althoff left her husband to thot around with rappers.
Would you date someone that looks like me? Because there's just a person
What does that mean?
like looks exactly like me. They have a twin.
Maybe.
If I had a twin,
No.
would you date them?
If she was like cool and like, you know.
The damage this did to Bobbi's image could be seen on her husband's Instagram, with comments reading, sorry that your ex sold you out for clout and fame, after which everything Bobbi did became some kind of drama. For example, she'd do a podcast with Lil Yachty, with people calling her ungrateful after she said this.
I walked into his house and it was super awkward because like he's really kind of awkward. He didn't even like say hi to me.
And you know, your whole fucking shtick is being awkward humor. And you're really trying to say, oh, he was awkward because I walked in his house, he didn't say hi to me. It's like, because he's really awkward. I mean, yeah, it's not a persona. As far as I'm aware, if he is awkward, so I don't really look at a whole lot of Yachty stuff. But he doesn't seem like the kind of person who's super outgoing from what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong, but
He's just sitting there with like his 2 assistants. And then he comes up, he's like, oh, hi, gives me like a half hug. And I'm just like, hi, then goes back to his spot. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do this. I'm texting my friend like, Ashley, I need to leave. This is so awkward. I don't want it. Like, what am I doing here?
She wants to make awkward content and then puts Yachty on blast. Gave her a platform and now she's shitting on y'all. See what happens? People then claimed that her fast rise to fame was orchestrated by her management company.
I'm pretty sure somebody at WME started help pulling the strings to set all this in motion.
Who also managed some of the people who appeared on Bobbi's show.
Well, you got a great agent and you got a great agency and you got great guests.
Bobbi simply trolled the claim.
I'm still trying to figure out why the fuck Mark Cuban's feet are so fucking dirty.
But there were other inconsistencies. For example, she constantly claimed that she was broke.
People think I'm joking about being in debt. I'm not. Like, I put every penny I had into this podcast.
And told Mark Cuban this.
I'm sorry, how the fuck do you put all your money back into the podcast? No, you don't need to do that. It's a podcast. It's not like you got graphics or anything like that. You got cameras and mics. You don't need to put you're not fucking Mr. Beast where you're putting millions of dollars in each video. You're making connections. The most you're going to do is like when you fucking flew out on your daughter's first birthday. You flew. That's probably one of your biggest expenses now after you got most of your shit. Maybe editors and shit.
I don't have any money.
None?
At all. I have debt, actually.
You have debt? How much debt do you have?
Like $20,000 of debt.
Then further added in her Rick Glassman podcast.
Every time a credit card maxes out, I have to switch to another. I have like 2 cards maxed out right now, so hoping to pay them off soon.
However, people realized she spent $500 on Chloe sandals. She is not broke, she is broken. Also noting that her husband was a millionaire who had 170,000 students who'd bought his $43 course. Eventually,
good for him.
Also revealed that the podcast wasn't serious.
So when you interview these people, you're not Bobbi necessarily.
No, yeah, I'm just like a really dry person.
Deleting all the magic that first made her interesting. We mentioned that when she first interviewed Marco, there were no negative comments. However, 3 months later when Reddit asked thoughts on Bobbi Althoff, there wasn't a single positive comment. Annoying ASF and not funny at all. I can't stand her, don't find her funny.
No, her shit, I don't find her shit funny.
Are always her targets to pick on like she's better than them. Gives me the ick. I watched a few of her interviews. I just don't find her funny or charismatic enough to
I'd rather watch Adam 22 than her.
Popular, though.
Or No Jumper. I'd rather watch No Jumper than her.
Only 4 days after
and I don't like it.
Thread, it was reviewed
and this isn't funny.
A really good podcast, which stated the content itself is boring. The episodes also lack direction and a central theme, probably because they only consist of small talk. The podcast fails to deliver anything substantial or thought-provoking. Instead, it provides a glimpse into how celebrities behave in casual settings, which may seem intriguing to some, but ultimately failed to engage me. Another person said that
I don't really give a fuck about celebrities.
Like how real hip-hop journalists
I kind of care. Like, it's kind of cool to see behind the scenes on how people act, but not with her. I'm not with the low-speaking, raspy, dry humor. Like, no, I'm not into that kind of shit.
Has been practically erased, while even funny Marco began to critique her show.
With me, it was like, I think you're funny, Marco, but let me learn about you. Like, trying to figure me out. But now it's like the interviews, I think they're like, she's trying to shit on people. And when I watched the interview with Offset, I was like, damn, that was pretty bad.
As mentioned, she was plain disrespectful during her podcast with Offset, leading him to respond with similar energy.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain
this is
just on the thing.
Yeah, this is what I heard. Like, Offset, I think I remember that.
People quit watching Bobbi's show, aided by full podcast episodes that were just promoting products. In the process, she'd also change her appearance, leading to criticism bad enough for Bobbi to respond.
I am so tired of all of the comments of people saying she ruined her face. The only thing I have done to my face is that I have a little bit of filler in my upper lip. Okay? I do not have cheek filler.
In a different video, she talked about getting other procedures.
I went in to get my zit injected and I left with Botox in my forehead, which, you know, that's fine, that's normal. I had lines here. I also didn't like that this would crease so much and I'd smile, so I got under eye filler. So I got Botox injected right here.
Which perhaps unfairly...
Why are you doing so much? Like, yeah, you do you, I guess. It's just, why do so much? Why, first off, personally, I don't enjoy the look of lip filler, but the Botox, okay. Oh, I don't like the crinkles. What, you don't like crow's eyes or crow's feet or whatever? Okay, I guess. I'm getting a pimple inject, like, yeah, nah, y'all are doing too much.
Has only led to even more hate. Her 15 minutes are up. Bye, Bobbi.
Also, I thought you were broke.
Get off the internet boring. The last couple of months, however, have been even worse. For starters, the style of the podcast has changed. The dry, sarcastic humor has become normal conversation, and all the awkward, quiet moments are often removed in editing. Strangely, however, this only makes it even more awkward and less entertaining, as it feels like any other normal podcast.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so young.
I'm a baby still.
Wait, I didn't realize you were so young. I thought we were the same age. Now I feel really old.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
You're not really old.
This entire interview feels like they are...
So, the one thing that, you know, actually drew people to her podcast, she decided to get rid of. Seems smart, huh? Like, why? Why would you ever do that?
Making small talk while waiting for something. She'd also do an episode with Dax Flame, in which she was way ruder than any other podcast.
What is something fun that makes interviewing someone fun for you?
Just
I don't know who Dax Flame is.
Okay, yeah, I love good conversation.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell.
This genuinely was not even an interview. This was like bullying the nice kid and making him feel horrible in any way. Then 2 months ago,
I really don't like
this
her.
Video here, which judging by the dislike ratio was yet another doozy.
And then I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast, and I mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
I saw how much someone made and thought, that's what I need to do. Wow, what a passionate and inspiring individual. Toward the start of her career, Bobbi joked, not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world, but it seems that's now her actual philosophy.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on a lifelong journey to...
Okay, so you're doing it for money. Yeah, I can understand that. Nowadays, that's what most creators do. But I don't know. Some creators can get away with it by saying, yeah, it's all about money, like jokingly. Like Diesel Patches will be like, yeah, I'm a money grubber. Yeah, you can get away with that. Bricky, whenever he shills, yeah. Because you can tell, yeah, no, I need money, all this kinds of shit, but it's transactional. Viewers get something back in entertainment. You're not very entertaining, so you just saying, oh, I want money, I want money, I want money, it doesn't really work for you.
Get money. I love...
Money's nice.
It's amazing.
Also, you constantly said you were broke.
Bobbi's viewership has significantly slowed. Her reputation is far from perfect, whilst her interview style has simply gone stale.
To be fair, I thought it was stale originally, so, you know, what the fuck do I know? Well, that was SunnyV2's video on why Bobbi Althoff's podcast failed so quickly. Yeah, it was super good. Like I said, it wasn't until that fucking industry plant tweet showed up on Twitter when I knew who she was, so makes sense. And it makes sense on why I wouldn't know her, because her content doesn't really speak to me. The whole dry humor thing with the low talking voices, not a fan of, and all that shit. So, hey, honestly, and also with how just she acted and everything with her husband and everything, I'm kind of glad she failed. But anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment if you did or did not enjoy the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, take care of yourselves.
I heard there was a Sigma chord that kittens played for mods of Discord, but you don't really care for good